So I'm just on my evening stroll. I thought I'd talk to you about the lizard brain. It's the, I don't know, I'm not a brain person, but I have one. And they say it's like the older part of your brain that kind of prehistorically brings in the fear, the fight or flight senses. Some call it the reptilian brain, some call it the lizard brain. Seth Godin taught it as the lizard brain, and others have too. And basically the idea is that fight or flight. You're either going to run away or you're gonna fight. I saw a lizard today, a cool looking green gecko. Have you ever experienced like the fear of, hey, I don't want to do this because I'm scared of this happening? It's usually an irrational decision. I mean, think about all the fears you've had in the past and how many of them actually came true. I'd imagine most of them, maybe even 90% or more of them actually didn't come true, which means we spend a lot of time worrying about things that never actually happen, which means we're kind of, I don't know, downgrading our lives and experiencing a lot of stress over things that aren't real. It all starts here. We first create things mentally, and then we create them in the world. So what you want to do is realize you have to name it to tame it. If you see something and you're like, whoa, frozen, scared, fight or flight, you're not going to do it, you got to think, stop. Is this actually something that's going to hurt me physically or kill me? Am I going to get eaten by this thing? You know, whatever. And then go, no, you know what, this isn't real. And if it's outside of my control, I shouldn't be stressing about it. But if it is inside my control or my influence, what can I do about it? And so you say, hey, if most of my thoughts, negative thoughts, fearful thoughts, are actually not even real, what if that thing, this thing I'm afraid of, really doesn't happen? What if it doesn't exist? What if it's not true? What would I do? And then you'll be like, yo, I would do this. And then the next step is do that. Set a date on when you're gonna get it done, but work backwards all the way to today. So your goal today would be, what am I gonna do right now, today, to get started? You don't need $1 million today to get started to do what you wanna do. You need an email, a person, a conversation, a text. You gotta start somewhere, and it starts today. What are you gonna do today? If you're brave enough, post it in the comments below what you're gonna do today to live a life of more meaning, get that thing done. This isn't just business. This could be your relationships. It could be just things you're afraid of that you're now gonna overcome. It's just things to do. So you gotta get stuff done. Everyone's like, hey, how do you have time to do stuff? And I'm like, I have as much time as everybody else. The goal is to focus on the right activities. If you're spending all your time on the wrong activities, you end up at the end of the day getting nothing done. So the idea is, if you have 8 hours, can you get it done in 1? And a lot of times, if someone had a gun to your head, you probably could. So then you spend the other 7 hours doing 7 other projects? I don't know. Look, it's situational. Every day is a little bit different. But if you say, hey, I'm gonna do this today to reach this goal tomorrow, and then you work backwards. Let's say by the end of the year, you wanna have something done. So then you say, hey, if by December I have to get this done, then in November this has to be done. And you keep working backwards all the way to today, and that's where you start. You start with one thing, very small, get it done. Everyone's like, hey, I want to have this big business, I want to do this thing. And I go, cool, have you sold one yet? No, I gotta get an organization, gotta do this. Have you talked to like a customer yet? Have you serviced, have you like a potential customer? Have you surveyed anyone yet? No, I want to start a business. Like, hello, talk to a human. Talk to a mentor who's done it before who can help you. And even better, talk to a potential customer and have them tell you how much they would pay, what they would do, get them committed, pre-sell it, get it done right now. One, if you can get 1 done, you can get 10 done. If you get 10, you can get 100, 1,000, and it adds up. It starts with 1. I hope I'm simplifying things for you. Stop the lizard brain from scaring you and paralyzing you. You may have spent years thinking about doing something you want to do, and you've told yourself you can't because X, Y, Z. When in reality, X, Y, Z isn't even real, or if it is, it's a lot smaller of a challenge than you imagine. And if it is something huge, all the better. Can you imagine how much farther you'll be a year or two from now if you started today than you would be starting in a couple years? Anyways, there's my rant for today. I don't know how much of this is actually real, the brain part, but I do know when I think negatively, my body gets weaker. And when I think positively, my body gets stronger, and it shows up in the world. And who's to say that you're supposed to be scared of fear, and that fear is this terrible thing? What if it's your body like getting you warmed up and ready to go to action? Feel the feels. What if, you know how they say, Stephen Covey, first things first? What if first things first is feared things first? What if that feared thing is actually the first thing you should be doing? That's what I'm talking about, guys. Cool. Now go make it happen. Ruckuslist. You know what I'm saying?